MTD are at FANUC today in Coventry, the headquarters of FANUC UK, and I'm joined by Tom Bouchier. Thank you very much for your time. Now, Tom, you're an ambassador for automation in the UK, but also globally. And today what we're looking to do, we're investigating the reasons why in the UK, as a G7 member, we're actually below average in the density of robotics, and how we can overcome this, how we can break down the barriers to entry.
Knowledge. We have to give people the reasons why they have to automate. As an industry, we haven't been great doing it over the years. So we need to make sure that the decision makers within our manufacturing companies know the advantages of robotics, know the advantages of all automation. And it's not just FANUC automation, it's everybody's automation. We need to automate. We need to manufacture in this country to be able to have a future in this country. We're not going to be able to do that without automation because we're just not going to be productive enough. So we need to get the return on investment information. We need to get all of the information that companies need to make those decisions on why they automate.
Now, from a ground roots perspective then, Tom, this has got to start from the very, very bottom, hasn't it? From apprentices, from students. What are you doing to create this knowledge?
We're trying to create the knowledge in all schools, universities, technical, educational facilities. We're sponsoring as many of the world skills organisations as we can to be able to compete in robotic installation. But we need to do that across all engineering. Robotics is just a tool. Robot is a tool. We need to do that across all engineering functions to be able to manufacture. We need to show people that manufacturing and automation and engineering are viable opportunities to go into as a career path. It's a good career path.
It's at the forefront of technology without a shadow of a doubt, and I totally agree with you. It needs to be made sexy and appealing to the younger generation. Going back to automation and the benefits of automation and some of the barriers. Now, we go around engineering companies within the UK, and automation has been adopted for certain processes. Now, I'll give you an example. Sliding head technology, for example, they all have a long bar feeder on them. They would never dream of buying a sliding head machine without a bar feeder. They've adopted it, they've embraced it. But why don't they see the same kind of benefits if they were to buy a milling machine, a horizontal machine, a fifth axis machine? Why do they sometimes overlook automation, and why is there a misconception that they don't really need it if they're doing low volume work?
I think the misconception is that they're seeing it as two separate machines. What they should be doing is seeing their automation as a product. They should be seeing their whatever machines they add together as the throughput that they're getting through their factory. With some of the machines, when it's already integrated, they see it as they're just buying one machine, not two machines. So what we need to do is get it that the benefits are that you can run that machine 24/7, you can use any batch parts. It's easier to automate batch parts with a robot than it is by hand. You can set it up to see whatever vision systems can see whatever parts you have there now. So we need to get those benefits across of how to use that automation system and why they need to have it. And they need to have it because it is going to give them that batch one kind of manufacturing process. They can have 1,000 different parts there and keep loading them in overnight just by seeing the vision system to see which part it is. The robots now are force enabled so that they can pick up a part in a certain orientation. We can load it in, we can unload it, we can put it onto checking machines, we can do whatever we need to do 24/7.
Now, these sliding edge shops, I'm referring to them because they are all kind of embracing automation. But companies that are not or have not embraced automation yet, and if they don't look or consider automation, in your opinion, what will happen to them? Can they still be competitive globally or just in the UK amongst themselves?
No, we can't be competitive if all we're doing is putting cost into our manufacturing process, we're not going to be competitive. As you said earlier on, we're the only G7 country with a robot density lower than the worldwide average. We're 4 times less than Germany. So if a German operator is 30% more efficient per hour, why are we going to compete? With the same wage economy, with the same part economy, we're supplying the same markets. The only way we're going to do it is to compete on the same playing field as they are.
Now, let's assume that people listen to this video, start embracing and investing in automation, and the owner of the company becomes more profitable. is effectively creating money-making machines that are running 24/7. What will happen to the jobs? What will happen to the people that were running and operating the machines?
They'll grow. I mean, every company that has robotic, 80% of the customers that come here for automation are repeat customers. We've got customers that we've been dealing with for 30 years while I've been here that are still buying automation. Companies grow. If you can grow, you employ more people. If you employ more people, you create more wealth.
Now, can you give us any examples? I mean, case studies from FANUC. I really like the fact, by the way, that you've mentioned that you're not bothered about what automation, but people just need to invest in automation. Give me an example of when someone's invested in a robot or automation. What's happened to that company? Have they then made further investments into automation once they've actually kind of overcome their misconceptions?
Yeah. I mean, we've done a big system here that you may have seen recently for 18 million with 111 robots in it. That's a customer that we've been dealing with for 15, 20 years. What they're doing now is they're making 4 times the product on that system than they were on the original system with the same number of people, and they're actually employing 3 or 4 more people now to grow that system. So they're actually producing more parts, being more profitable, employing more people to be able to feed that system. It's a win-win.
Tom, thank you very much for your time. So there you have it, investment into automation.